Well, hello. Excuse me. Well, hello, and welcome back to the tower. So we have a great question today. What happens when you don't equip your tournament set? How could this happen to me? Well, we're gonna find out. So I was honestly getting ready to stream the tournament, and then my tournament ended, and that is part of what happened. So that's half of the issue right there. So, hey guys. Hey Aram. Hey Mohammed, how you doing? Let's see, get this set up. Boop. So yeah, that's something that happened. Yes, I can. Can you just, but like, since we're all here, can you just re-ask the question here just to save me from trying to dig through that, if you don't mind? Plus, it's more fun if everybody gets to see the question, in my opinion. All right, 1 second. So now I do want to get this doing something, so hold on. We're going to switch to this because I need to get this done. At least have something going while this is going. SM. What does SM mean? Well, Ghetto, the tournament is actually over. We had a little oopsie. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. I just need to get everything set up. Because what's more fun than doing the tournament right? Doing the tournament wrong. I mean, it happens to the best of us, right? Hey, Penguin, how you doing? Oh, we made it. So here's what happens when you don't use your tournament setup. You get 8th place. Hey, Omega, how you doing? Hey, Genesis, how you doing? Hey, Sar, how you doing? No, I actually did the tournament. And Mohammed, we're going to need a little bit more information, like, is your Golden Tower and Black Hole synced? You don't have Death Wave. Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Oh, you put it in the guild itself. I did do a tournament run, because I had to start one, because I was worried I was going to miss it. Hey, Vincent, how you doing? And so I started the run, but I was in a rush, and I forgot to switch all my tournament stuff over. And then I was getting ready to stream, and literally my tournament ended. Hey, Guru, how you doing? So it just ended. I had like 2 minutes, and I was like, shoot, do I try to race the timer, or do I just send it? And I'm like, I'm just going to send it, because I'm probably not going to be able to do a second run. I don't have enough time to set everything up. And so, I mean, the reality is, Genesis is right. I got 8th instead of 6th. I lose 2 keys. Not a big deal. Oh, congrats, Vincent. But I also was like, damn. That could have been worse. How much is the current ultimate weapon draw, Mohammed? Because I feel like you probably would get more mileage out of working on the ultimate weapons you have. Oh, well, no, it didn't froze. It stopped scrolling. Oh, only 50 relics. That is suspicious. I guess I'll grab those. Hey, Noan, how you doing? No, I won't miss because I have like 20 alarms that remind me. Like, I queued up earlier today. I was like, okay, well, at least I got that started. And then I was like, it was just the way it was. I was in a, hey, Dustin, how you doing? I was in a rush, and I just was like, well, let me queue up on the tournament. Then I'll go get something to eat. And then it was like, wait, I got something else to do, and here we are. And 1 second. You can just open a ticket, Vincent, in the Discord. It's better for them to look. Yeah, see, if you open a ticket, it's better for them to look and confirm that they're not, and then the other way around. So yeah, I mean, I was able to get everything, you know. I was able to get in. And I mean, again, I could have probably squeezed 6, so you know what? It's close enough. Assuming nobody else is doing runs. Well, I mean, he would have to start by now, so I don't know. Maybe this person missed too. Oh, that's also bugged. It always shows everybody is first, so who knows. It costs you 800 stones. How much does reducing the cooldown cost for you? Because I would think you might be at a point where you should start investing. Yeah, the funny thing was, so I was checking the battle conditions. I'm like, oh, it's enemy speed up today. Hi, Twilight, how you doing? And so I'm like, oh, well, we know we're going to have the conversation. And then, lo and behold, that happened. Oh, thank you, Orm. Yes, please like the stream. So, I mean, you know. Congrats, Glenn. Oh, you know, I had a little snafu today. It is what it is. But so this is going to be a short stream because part of the reason I got so distracted today is I have a couple other things I need to do. If that wasn't obvious. So it's going. It's going, Twilight. It's the eternal game, you know, it never stops. I mean, that's how it is, Twilight. It's the eternal game. But so this is just going to be a quick stream. I figured I'd let you guys know what happened. Obviously, if you use the thing, you can see what happened. So I figured I might as well just stream real quick. I do have some other stuff I need to take care of, so that's why it's like, ah. Yeah, it never ends until it does. Yeah, quick stream. I figure I was so. Oh, I also I tried pushing. I pushed a little bit. We'll find out about that in the next episode. I think I'm in a position. I have to actually see how my things worked out. Kind of in a position, I think, where I can try some more pushing. We'll see. I can't guarantee anything 100%. I haven't tried tier 14 Guru because what happened was I tried tier 18. I got to a certain point in tier 18. I then tried tier 17. And then what happened was, oh my god, I can't keep doing this. I'm not going to have enough cells for my research. So I had to switch to farming. Then, just with how things were coming up with my labs, I needed to farm more coins to make sure I had enough of a buffer for my labs. This is the first time I've been at a point again where I think I can try doing a push again without, like, respecing entirely. The thing is, I could have respec'd and moved everything around, but the way the game doesn't make respecing easy, which kind of annoys me. Like, there's no way for me to copy a spec. There's no way for me to respec, like, one thing. You know, I at this point, I would want, like, a 50x multiplier, a 1000x multiplier. Just because some things just don't work out the way I want them to. So. And again, even with my terrible start, I still ended up getting 8th instead of 6th. Yeah, I got presets, Genesis. Yeah, I've been farming tier 12. Well, I was mostly farming tier 12, not because I think tier 11 is still better, Guru, for me. But I was farming tier 12 because it was shorter. And so with it being shorter, it was a little bit more flexible for me to do things. I think I'm getting to like 7,500. So I was getting to like 1,100 in tier 11 and 7,500 in tier 12. And tier 11 was the better coins per weight. But it wasn't like terribly. It wasn't terribly different. So that's what I was doing. Hey Ned, how you doing? So I figure I'll do a shot at tier 16 today. But first we're gonna do this. So it was an unfortunate thing. Hi Nevermore, how you doing? Oh yeah, congrats, Glenn. Congrats on unlocking card mastery. Now it's really expensive. No, 2 keys is not the end of the world, and 25 stones. Like I've had bigger mistakes. A checklist. You know, the checklist wouldn't have helped because I was just in a rush. I was like, I want to go get something before the place closes. Let me go start the tournament run. I started the tournament run, and I was just in a rush. I didn't take my time. And on top of all that, I got back early enough, but I didn't realize right away that I made the mistake I did until I was looking at my tower. And I was like, why doesn't this look right? And then I was like, oh no, I have the wrong everything. See, what I really want is for them to make a tournament spec. That's what I want. That's what I really want. But I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. Be nice. I would probably pay 200 keys to have a dedicated tournament spec that I could just, you know, set up. I still want them to change the way the module leveling system works in general, though. I really want module levels to be tied to the slots and then your module just has a maximum level it can take, you know? That is a tough decision, Nevermore. I'm assuming your second account has just started out. If so, the stones are probably worth it because there's such a big power jump. Ooh, Guru says no. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Metals are too powerful now. I was converting metals to stones for a while. That must have been a mistake. I didn't convert too many. Okay, I'm wrong. I can live with being wrong. Oh, we actually went too far. I only had to get to wave 60. Yeah, I need to spend my medals on the next video. I think I forgot once. And also, I am annoyed as hell that somehow my login days are incorrect. Oh, hold on. Let me fix it. Hey, Rocket Man. How you doing? Hold on. I gotta fix this. Why doesn't the game just work? So, do I have enough now? I might have enough now, finally, for the last bonus. Yeah, I think the most I was doing was 2 hits, but that was back before we got everything buffed. All right, now we're back. Hopefully this went up. Yeah, it went to 9, which is better. It's like the volume button down and the power button at the same time, Vincent. It's some goofy thing like that. They made it really complicated. Let me go here. We'll go here and we'll see what I got. Oh yeah, I finally got enough to get the last one, the butler. Or the butter. I thought that was butler for the longest time. I guess it was just butter. And then I can finally get the throne eventually. Throne and then steel. And then I'll be done with whatever this currency is. What is this, bits? I don't know. Everything's got a weird name now. And then I'll have to decide what my chips to level up are. It's very awkward to do. I had to look it up when I was trying to take a screenshot, and I was very disappointed. Well, let me put the farm cards back on. Oh, no, we're going to switch over. Hold on. Should be able to switch to my tournament. Yep. Put my tournament 2 cards on. That was weird. Wait a second. I can't auto-merge this. Why are you being so wrong, auto-merge? That's such a terrible, terrible choice. Did I finally get enough to get this? So I have to match the type for this. I can't use just anyone for Legendary Plus. Well, whatever. God, I hate this system. God, I hate this system. I know it's in here, but the thing is, I shouldn't have to open up a map every time I'm doing this. Right? And it doesn't even say what this is. Oh, it does there. No, doesn't unmerge just, hold on, we'll try it, but I thought unmerge was just gonna, like, give me, it breaks it down to that. That doesn't help me. Because once I unmerge this, it's just gonna give me shards back, if I remember right. That is unbelievably dumb. I just, whoever designed this system, I hate them. Well, you can get your shards from your package mastery, Vincent. Oh, I actually have to do this. All right, well, we're not doing any more of that. I finally... Yeah, I would hate FUDs if it was him, because it's dumb. It's a stupid system. Hey, Brad, how's it going? You know how merging should, or you know how upgrading should work for fodder? It's just way too complicated. And it doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. You know how it should be done is if I need to upgrade this and it needs fodder, just let me give it a number of shards. Just let me give it shards directly. Don't make me go through this rigmarole. Well, at least I got these two left. All right, well, now that I ruined that, we are going to shatter you. Well, at least I can just shatter it. I'll save it for now, just in case I want to get disappointed. What'd you figure out, Nevermore? Let's see. I was going to do something here. Oh, you know what? I want to do this. We're going to restore you. There we go. That's better. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, now I kind of scraped the bottom of the barrel there. And now we get to do my favorite thing, which is do this manually. I had to do this. This is the last time I have to do this, though, because I have finally got the minus 30% cost done, so. So at least I never have to do this again. Because if I hit max, it's going to use too much of my coins. Like, it's going to want to consume all my coins. I don't want it to consume. I don't want it to be a higher level than what it was, 169. There's no other way to do it that I know of. So, but that's done. That's done. Finally. This will just be my module of shame. Wait, I can use that. No, I can't. Well, I use 24K because I switched to my spec. So this is my farm spec, has 24. This is my tournament spec. I actually kind of hate them being different values. Also, we're going to fix my farm spec, I guess, while we're here. So we're going to go here. 5,900. Literally wish I could just copy. And I have to do this because I got discount. You have to spend keys for it, Joshua. But the thing is, no, I can't use it to reach Legendary Plus because I already have a Legendary. It has to be the same type. Maybe that's what the auto merge was trying to tell me. I didn't have enough of the right type. Oh, this is going to be super annoying. All right, well, let's get it set up first. I don't mean to complain so much, just sometimes this game like drives me absolutely up the wall. Well, that's a respec. You know, I probably should do the ones that... I probably should do the ones that aren't maxed first. That would save me some headache. And then I can come through and max everybody else out, right? Okay, we can scroll down now. I really wish it would just show me what my thing was at. Hey Mark, how you doing? Because I only am using 2 right now, and I'm using right now preset 1 in tournament, so they're not renamed because I'm only using 2 right now. And if it's not tournament, it's preset 1, which we're gonna get into me fixing that in a minute. Honestly, to me, I don't even need the names that much, to be very honest with you. 20. This is about to get even more annoying really quick. I actually, I must not be understanding your question, Joshua. Because I've always just re-rolled with whatever module at max level. I don't know how it works if you don't do that, but I wasn't going to find out. Hey, New, how you doing? I just felt like that's just asking for trouble. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Well, we had a little snafu with the tournament, but it is what it is. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Vincent. I would just recommend, because this game sometimes has undocumented features, Joshua, that if you are re-rolling a module, just make sure it's at max level. I don't trust the game to get it right. If you wanna gamble, that's up to you. Though I couldn't do it. It'd be really nice if I just maxed out my health. Okay. Well, you're a braver man than I am, Joshua, because I would just level it up. I am way too paranoid about stuff like that because there's so many times the game just doesn't work how you think it would work. Oh, congrats, second guild. All right, I like this preset more. Okay, and we're getting to 440 on both. Okay. Finally to the hardest part, enhancing. I will say this, at least enhancing shows up correctly. I almost thought I clicked too much. Oh, that's a weird one. 63, okay. We can just stop there. MVN is generally better. I'm assuming they're the same in all other regards, yes. And just wait, we haven't even gotten to the best part of this yet, guys. This is bad. It's gonna get even more fun in a second. Okay. Now that we've done all that. Hey, La Fletchy, how are you doing? All right. Now we come back to preset 1 because everything should be matching right now. Like I got another 4 quadrillion out of it, so that's good. Oh, I saved some on landmine. That's why I saved 3 levels of landmine. You know, we'll go ahead and get the 3 levels of landmines. Whatever. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Everything should be identical. Okay. All right, well, except I did get a little more defense absolute. That's fine, and I have 1 extra rank of health. That's not really anything major. Okay, everything matches. Now we get to do this. And why would you do this there? Because I want my farm spot to be first. Actually, we're just going to switch to this. I think it's way easier to do this first. Okay. Even though I have free respecs, I'm so paranoid about clicking like too many times. Like, I just don't want to do this again. Why can't I just copy? Why can't I just copy the settings of the spec and just go from there? Ah! Ah! No, that wasn't funny. That was not funny. That was terrible. Why did I stop at all these funny numbers? Oh my god, this is so aggravating. This is the real final boss in this game. You're willing to have enough patience to do your spec correctly. It won't trick me twice. It's so annoying I can't just copy it. Like, why can't I just copy you? Honestly, I should just be able to pick it either way, you know what I mean? I wonder how many keys it would cost me to get copy spec, right? How many keys do you think that one is, guys? It's too late, Sar. It's too late. I've gone down this rabbit hole of trying to get this to be what I want it to be. Honestly, the fact that I can't just unspec one thing is, like, maddening at this point. I wanted my farming spec to be first, that's why. Don't ask me why. I did this to myself. This is the only person I have to blame is me. I just wanted things to be ordered. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now for defense. Honestly, you have no idea how happy I am to have this. Okay, wall goes to... And see, I don't even trust myself anymore. Yeah, man goes to, I think, 150. Oops. I really wish I could max health in the other one, because this is terrible. I mean, I could probably max it. I just, it's... I'm going to max it eventually just out of laziness. So no. Genesis, this is me moving farming from preset 3 back to preset 1. There's absolutely no reason for me to do this other than it would drive me nuts for preset 1 to not be the farming spec, which is like 90% of the game. This is just me being like OCD. Oh, I missed one? Okay, that's fine. Whoa, that was not what I wanted to do. This is entirely me being OCD and wanting things arranged in a very specific way. And the game not supporting that without me doing something crazy. And this is the most dangerous one. I probably should have done this one first. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost out of the woods. This is how I know Fuds doesn't respec. Because if I was Fuds doing this, I would be losing my goddamn mind. I would literally be like, we're coding up a copy function. I don't even care. Roadmap? I don't care about the roadmap. This pissed me off. Sorry, I'm not paying much attention to chat. This actually requires more focus than most things I do in this game. Zen! What? I am very proud of me. You know, honestly, I should have done it on preset 5, because then I could... So you know what the saddest thing is? I'm researching workshop lab discounts, so I'm going to do it again. No, there's no way it's 25 degrees, Omega. There's no way. Because it was, to get the third one, it was something like 35 degrees to get the third one. Unless, like, it dramatically changed, because I thought it was... I used to have a worksheet that I followed. And it was like... I don't remember what the base is now. But I'm pretty sure I remember it's like, get it to 35, get the third one, and then get it to 40. And that was like your old, like, I'm a poor person spotlight. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you have 2 at 36, you should be saving up for the third, definitely. And sorry I haven't been responding to chat much. I have been frustrated endlessly by respecing. Okay, so now that we've done this, we're going to switch to this. Tournament cards are on. Let me switch to my... Like, after I screwed up merging my module. Dumb module system. Dumb module system. So happy to have this stupid module system. I don't mean to be so negative, but some things just drive me absolutely up the wall. I really don't mean to be so negative. I really do. All right, so now we can go to tier. Okay. We're going to do a poll. And we're going to vote in the poll, and then that's going to determine what I do. It's not that I don't like the module system. I don't like the merging. Let's be very clear. I don't like the merging. The module system overall is okay. Yeah, and it wasn't too bad when I was in the weeds and I had to have the chart up the entire time. And my favorite part was all the comments I got. Are you colorblind? Do your eyes work? Can you see? Why is this hard for you? The ones are blue, the other are purple. That was probably my favorite part about this game, because never have I been insulted so much for just wanting a better system. All right, here goes the poll. We're going to leave it for like a couple minutes. I'm actually not colorblind. I'm legitimately not. But the way the module system was I was like, the system is so unforgiving that I did not want to make a mistake. That didn't, great. Because that was the real problem. The system was just so unforgiving. We're voting for what tier I'm going to go do milestones in. Huh, that'll work. Yeah, well, Mohammed, I have 2 specs, and I'm not really sure how thrilled I am about the way my specs are. The tournament spec has used 24 quadrillion in just a lot of different things. But the caveat is for me to switch. Wait, did this... Oh, sorry, this scrolled up incorrectly. Hold on. Tier 16 is 300. Oh, Josh, you want to see my modules? These are my pushing modules. And then I'm using wormhole redirector and MVN as the farming one. Oh, like, dude, we're not going to watch the whole push. Like I said, this is going to be a short stream. We were just going to start it, you know? We're not doing the whole thing live. That would take forever. Yeah, tier 14 is tough. I don't know that I'll get all 4,500 waves. I need to give it an honest try. But again, I have to be mindful. Which one? Wormhole redirector? I'm assuming it's that because you have MBN, right? And you don't want Havoc Bringer, so don't worry about the gun. You don't want to use Havoc Bringer. Hey, one dragon a day, Mohammed. Just always remember that one dragon a day. Honestly, one of the things that drives me nuts about this game is like, yeah, 9.5 got the 500. You have an advertise. Oh, yeah. I read that if you had an advertisement for Canon, I'm like, the printer? But yeah, Astral Deliverance is better. Now we're all going to get printer ads. What can I say? They're listening to me. And now they're going to be like, I think everybody needs to go buy ink. Oh, I should. Also, I hope this is locked in. Because for the thing I want, I actually need exactly 8 keys minimum. Oh, you don't have Galaxy Compressor. That depends on what you have available for your generator. So you don't have Galaxy Compressor. This is Galaxy Compressor, the joystick. Yeah, you want to use Black Hole Digester. That's pretty much the other one. Just try to get your free ups up as high as possible. Free ups to the max. I mean, it just requires you to spend so many gems to get it. That's one of the things. I don't even know how many gems I have fed into the system. And I honestly, I don't, I'm at the point where I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Just let me live in bliss. Mohammed, last week they both teams got all of the contributions. So we didn't have to funnel people around or anything. So both guilds should be self-sufficient going forward. How many people is the second guild up to? Because I have been trying to fill it out, and obviously we're not going to start a third guild with how difficult it's been for these two. I'm surprised SAR hasn't renamed his the 11-meter table to take it. Okay, so we're only 3 away, so we're in a good spot now. Oh, sorry, you mean... Mohammed, we will have to address that if that becomes a problem. I don't foresee it being a problem right now. And again, if you get like 30 instead of 35 because something happened, like I'm not gonna, We're not gonna, like, slam the hammer on you or anything. Anti-Q portal is, that's what I use for tournaments. It's not gonna, like, if you don't have wormhole redirector. If you don't have wormhole redirector, it should be okay. I would recommend Joshua, because if I understand where you are in the game, wormhole redirector should be better, because it's easier to get defense over offense. But that's not like a mandatory thing you need to worry about. I wouldn't worry about it. You guys are going to be so surprised at what I do with my extra card slot. It's unreal. Oh, actually, shoot, wait. Oh, no, I can't do it right now. I probably could. Damn, Arm already knows that I just want to put intro sprint in. Even if it's not going to help me a whole lot, I just want intro sprint at this point because it's going to give me, like, that little boost at the start. Wait, what secret did I leak? Oh, the secret of, yeah, intro sprint, yeah. It was a test to see who was paying attention. I'm finally at the point where intro sprint will add at least some value. Though if I'm honest, for card mastery, I almost want to do wave skip next. No. Well, the reality is I won't be doing card masteries anytime soon because I have to finish demon mode mastery, and then we have to finish up damage mastery. It costs stones to activate it, Joshua, so every card has a certain amount of stones to... Well, when you unlock it, it doesn't cost anything. It just gives you the ability to spend stones to master the cards. So as soon as you master a card, you spend the stones. Dude, I did so many clickbait titles in Idle Kingdom Defense, the other game I do, like, really consistently. And they do work for a while, but then people get immune. Yeah, so there's no harm in unlocking it, because I actually unlocked it before I could afford doing card mastery. Two and a half hours is amazing. It does get exhausting, too. I haven't unlocked that, Sar. I tried. Oh, shoot. I gave up the ghost, Sar. Well, now you guys know I didn't get to wave 1000 in tier 18. Though I figure that probably was obvious from the fact I'm not researching it. So, Mohammed, now we have the module banners. So right now, if we go in here, we have the banner for Magnetic Hook. This module sucks, so we won't be spending it. Wait, are we already down to 5 days on this banner? Wow, okay. And so we'll get another banner in 5 days, and we'll see if it's a good module. You'll be glad when Shatter's done, Orem. I remember being there and it's like, oh my god, this Shatter Lab takes forever. I can't shatter my modules until this Shatter Lab is done. This is the worst feeling ever. But I will say this, Orem, you have this in your favor now, that you can shard modules that are at least Epic and Epic Plus, so you can at least consolidate things like that. I couldn't do that. Yes, if I was going to speed up labs, I would have rushed Demon Mode Mastery level 9. And I did think about rushing Demon Mode Mastery level 9, but without knowing what the 2 new modules are, I can't risk it. I can't risk it. We just have to do it slow. Once we know what the 4 modules are and everything's revealed, then I can make a decision on what I'm doing. Yeah, I was so happy to finish up my Econ Labs too. And even then, Mohammed, even if once we get all the new banners, I'm still going to be saving up gems for the banners for the current modules. Because, for example, I can't think of one that I want. For example, when Havoc Bringer shows up, I want to hit that banner so hard. Actually, like, I could get, like, a different gun, maybe. I don't know. I think I want the I don't know, I want one of the other guns. Is my Galaxy compressor done? Yeah, GC's done. So, like, there's going to be certain modules I'm going to want to get. Also, I'm super on the fence of doing another card mastery. I probably should be patient and wait. But we'll see. Because I really want to do intro sprint. I want to do wave skip. And I want to do wave acceleration. Oh gosh, the SM... Oh my... That would be so broken, Genesis. If I got those 3... And then I don't know if I should get Death Wave cooldown over those 3. That's the tough thing I've been going back and forth on. Like, it's been a big debate in my head. Like, should I just stick to working on the Death Wave cooldown because that's the long-term play? Pick up the card masteries when I can. It's been very difficult to decide these things. Like, obviously, I feel like I can pick up another card mastery because I'm ahead in cash. Yeah, I got 2 ranks of Death Wave cooldown. I have 3 ranks to go, Genesis. No, don't, Muhammad, don't spend your event medals on gems. That's a trap. Just save your event medals to put on Golden Bot. My health lab is max, Joshua. It's at 100. Why is the hold on. The chat was behind because I changed the size to remove the poll. Wait, did I close the poll? I didn't. We're going to end the poll. It's pretty obvious who won. Yay, tier 16. Yeah, my regen module is at 68. I somehow have a lot of research, but I've also been playing the game for a long time. All I do is research. I've only been to 300. So anything beyond 300 Genesis. I don't know if there's a calculator with what the milestone bonuses are. I don't think there is. I did coins per wave. Like, I don't think you should do it past like 20 for coins per wave. But coins per kill, I maxed out. Yeah, there's a lot of really short ones. Yeah, you don't really want to do coins per wave that long. I did it to like higher than I needed to. Yeah, well, you don't do coins per wave anymore. You don't need it any higher. 75 is actually probably too high, but you can't undo research, so it is what it is, you know. The issue is coins per wave doesn't really scale with all your multipliers where coins per kill does. Oh, he did Omega? That's great. I actually got mine up to like 30 or 50 or something. Oh, yeah, because you got to watch so many advertisements, dude. I couldn't do it. I bought like, as soon as I played this game, and I'm like, I like it enough, I don't want to watch ads. I can't watch ads. I had to pay for the thing. Mohammed, make sure you're in the Tower Discords, because sometimes they do give away a free ad pack. I would be entering every one of those contests, man, because you might get the free ad pack. Like, I know not everybody can afford it. I understand that, but you could at least try to gamble and win it. Really? Really? They get 10,000 entries? Jeez, that's nuts. Yeah, I bought all the lifetime packs because it's a one-time purchase. To me, it's just like buying the game. I haven't even heard of his tower defense game. I don't even know who that is. Oh, okay. You should definitely max out the spotlight coin bonus, because that's a multiplicative coin bonus. So, like, if it's in spotlight and your golden tower is going and your black hole is going, they'll all multiply off each other. So that's why you want to make sure to get all those ones done. Oh, you used to work for Netflix. Okay. Oh, congrats, Mohammed. I didn't know he was making a tower game. What kind of tower game is he making? What kind of tower defense game is he making? Have you heard back from support on that, Genesis? Because that's really screwed up. I forgot that you had that bug. Really? What got shadowed? What? Closed and said, wait, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Genesis? Ooh. Uh, yeah, no kidding. Is this what happened to Christian? Because he was not doing as well farming? Do we know if Christian has this bug? Could this be the bug that Christian has? Yeah, no kidding, Genesis. I would be like livid if it happened to me. Not. I don't think I would be quit the game livid, but I would like. Oh, you don't have the bug, Christian. Well, so your loss is still a mystery. I would be beside myself because that is ridiculous. Are you iOS or Android? Or does it affect both? Okay, Christian has the SAR voodoo. Okay. Somehow Genesis lost some of his relics and stuff like that, Alex. And so he put in a ticket. And the ticket was wait for the developer fix. And I'm sitting here going like, that's, look. I'm understanding as I've done software development. At least I try to be understanding. But some things like that, where you're basically crippling someone's ability to play the game, because a Genesis probably is getting half as many coins as he usually is. That needs to be like a 5-alarm fire. Like, that's something that should have been... That is just unbelievable. You vastly overestimate my celebrity power. I appreciate you overestimating my celebrity power, but I don't think I can force him to do it. And the thing is... Like, I know enough about software development that you can't rush. Like, if they don't know how it's happened, you can't rush the fix. But oh my goodness, that is just a terrible response. No, sorry. Don't you know who my dad is? It depends, Mohammed. Like that's such a... What I would figure they would do is tell you that, okay, cloud save and close the game until we get back with you. It should take about a minute or two. Because I assume that like they would do, and I don't know if they have this or not. They look at an old backup of his game, compare it to the new save, and then just flip the bits over. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of assuming they don't have backups for the cloud saves now. And then it's like, well, what relics? Like, how do you know what relics? Like, that's the thing. Like, that is a mess. I don't think this would be a table. You have me wondering, like, how many relics should I have? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, they might not have a cloud save because then it's like really hard to determine like what to restore. That would be what I would consider. All right, hold on. I gotta check this now because can't wait. Can I even check it? And I don't think I can check it in a run. Can I check it in a run? Oh, okay. Hold on. I have 115. I'm at 115, and that's there. There's tier 14. So Christian, you have tier 14, 15, 16, right? So you don't have tier 17. Vincent has tier 17. Wait. So I'm missing 14. Okay. Do you have both of the relics from the guild? I don't know. You 14, 15. You got one of the relics from the guild, right? Because you're 3 ahead of me. 14, 15, 16. Now I'm curious to see what they have said on this because that to me is just like, woo. Well, the total being 204 is like they just have some staged. Like it's not, you know. Oh, congrats, Sar. Happy early tower birthday. Yeah, I saw that somehow they leaked the 4 to 6 relics, which is kind of funny. Really? Great, now I gave you bad luck. Hey, Virus Zero, how you doing? One day, I'm going to make my own game, and it's going to have 0 bugs. And then, once I make my mobile auto battler game, I'm going to make an MMO. We're going to go from mobile a mobile auto battle game straight to an MMO. No in between steps, no nothing. We're just gonna go straight to MMO. It actually was a bad one. I forgot to switch my gear, and so I ended up 8th so far. It was a bad one. I should have been able to get 6, but it's not the end of the world. End of the world is when you miss a tournament. At least I didn't miss. I don't know yet, Muhammad. No, I actually missed a couple tournaments, Omega, like way back. Like I actually had streams where I missed like one day I overslept, and then like eventually I just started setting alarms for everything. You're a funny guy, Sar. No. Even Idle Kingdom Defense, which has like a discount merging system, I can't stand. What engine are you using, Mohammed? Ideally, I would use Monogame, but I don't know. Monogame seems to also be missing a lot of features. Like, a lot of built-in stuff. So I might end up using Godot. I was going to use Unity, but I don't trust Unity anymore. This game is built in Unity, by the way. I've never heard of Virtual Studio. Yeah, I don't, Genesis is one of those things. I don't really want to have pay per install, I don't want my game to go viral on mistake and then I have to pay, for per installs on it. Yeah, because I was going to use Unity, and then when that blew up, I'm like, well, that's the end of Unity in consideration. And so then I did, I've spent more time researching the engine I want to use than anything. But because it's so hard to migrate. Godot uses C#. You can use C#, and I think you can use some other thing with it. It's going to be an auto battler like Idle Kingdom Defense. But better. Because I'm making it. We're going to start with Android, and then we're going to see if we can get to Android and iOS. I've heard terrible things about GD script because it's basically like JavaScript. I mean, it's more that to port to iOS is going to be probably harder because I don't currently have anything. I don't currently have anything that is an Apple product, and you have to have an Apple product. Well, the thing is, I use C# in my everyday real life. That's my biggest problem with Apple is their walled garden approach to their software that really just doesn't sit well with me. I don't really care if you like Apple. I just wish Apple was a little more open with things. That's really the only thing I would want is Apple just to be more open with interoperability. We might get there with what the EU wants to do. And if we do, then it wouldn't bother me. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about tariffs. Let's not talk about tariffs. It depresses me. Wait, what do you mean? What is a secondary currency conversion? What wait a second. What happened? How did that affect the league? See, what I really want is I really wanted a game engine written in Rust. But there's not a game engine that's in Rust. Oh. Yeah, Riot uses dollars to Riot points, and then you have to buy everything. Hey Noah, how you doing? I buy everything with Riot points. So now everything has to be priced. Like if you want to buy a skin, it's priced straight in dollars. Yeah, pretty much because like a theoretical Rust game engine would never have memory leaks. Not to mention all the other benefits that you do get from Rust from just not having to, because so much stuff is checked at compile time. And you don't have to do, and the nice thing too is you don't have to take the hit from a garbage collector. That's another nice thing too, because the best paper I've read about it was from Discord, and how they used Go on their back end, and they built this whole thing with Go. Huh. I didn't know that. Yeah, Rust doesn't do GC. Rust has the borrow checker. And the way the borrow checker works is it basically, behind the scenes, determines who owns the memory. And therefore, by knowing who owns the memory, it makes sure the memory is disposed of when nobody needs it anymore. So you don't take the GC hit like what you have for C# and a lot of other languages. Because it basically intelligently manages your memory for you, so it doesn't like pull it into, like, I don't know how the garbage collector works. I know there's like 3 tiers, I think, of garbage collection, maybe 4. And based on what tier you're in determines when the recycle happens. And the thing with garbage collection is when the garbage collection cycle hits, you can have the performance impact. And whereas in Rust, you don't have that because it doesn't have the GC hit. And that's what happened with Discord, because Go also uses a garbage collector. And basically, they were having performance hits when Go decided to garbage collect. And they were trying to do all these different things to get Go to garbage collect in an efficient way. And they're like, we just rewrote the thing in Rust, and it just worked. Like, it just worked. We weren't even expecting it to work this well, and it just worked. It was like, what the hell? Let's see if I can find the paper, because it was kind of crazy. This is the problem. They're trying to put Rust into Linux, and all the old C guys are like anti-Rust. And so that's part of the issue. You have the old guard versus the new guard, right? And believe it or not, you have so many people. I can't tell you how much stuff I've read about Rust where people just come out and just freaking hate on Rust. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like, if you search for anything Rust, you will have people that just say, oh, here's all the crustaceans, because that's what I guess Rust evangelists are called. And they're going to talk about how great it is. And if you just use C and C++ correctly, you never have any of these problems. And it's like, yeah, if people were actually doing that, we wouldn't need Rust, but that's not the world we live in. Like, what are you on? Anyways, like, I can't believe it. I've never seen something that appears to be so polarizing, and it just blows my mind to see it all the time. It was the weirdest thing. Because, for example, like, I was looking at the Linux thing. Like, I forget, it's like Forks or something like that. They have, like, the news about Linux. And there were people arguing about how Rust is like a half-baked language and all this. And then there's people who are like actually using Rust to write the drivers and stuff like that, talking about how, oh, using Rust to write drivers for the Mac M series of chips has been so great. And people are, and it was just like somebody resigned from the Linux project over this. It was unreal. Like, I've never seen so much drama over something like where people are trying to make something better. You know what I mean? Like, people are legitimately trying to make something better and to make something more faster and more stable. You know what I mean? And here's the thing from Discord. This is what really sold me on Rust when I read this about from Discord. Because, you know, Discord doesn't play around when it comes to scalability and stuff like that, right? I don't understand it because it's so... It's so odd. I don't even understand anymore why, like, people get into these... I mean, I do understand, but, like... you know, I mean, the reality is why they feel that way is because they're getting farmed. They're getting farmed by somebody, you know? Somebody out there has made an issue that shouldn't be divisive into a divisive issue. And they just farm these people. And then while they're farming these people for you know, money, then the people being farmed start to believe it. And it goes both ways, right? Sometimes sometimes a person can radicalize an audience, and sometimes an audience can radicalize a person. And it cuts both ways. Like, I could make an edgy joke and get a lot of views for it that would then make me want to make another edgier joke. And then I'm basically effectively getting radicalized by the audience. This is my favorite thing. This is basically my favorite statement from Discord about this. And that to me just oh, it's too long. Hold on. I have a lot of edgy jokes, but I'm not, I'm not looking to go down that rabbit hole. It was just trying to, an example, If you want to know, it's like PewDiePie has made a lot of edgy jokes in the past, and then they got edgier and edgier because of the reinforcement from his audience. And I mean, if you really want to know more, there's a video on it you can watch. It's called he was and he wasn't. I mean, sure he was, but like at the same time, like you can see how he got worse because his audience embraced it. You know what I mean? Like if his audience pulled back, then he'd have to reconsider it. Or the platform pulled back, one of the two, right? Good night, Christian. Thank you for watching. Yeah, it's JavaScript. I'm pushing, Christian. We're not farming. We're pushing. Remember, I'm doing tier 16. Tier 16 with my tournament set. That's why the laser's going off. So like so Alex, I'll say this. I specifically remember being that age. I specifically remember not realizing how susceptible I was to that kind of stuff. And I remember how easy I fell for that kind of stuff. And I was 10 to 14 a while ago. And I don't know what actually, like, I didn't go like super down the funnel. I didn't get super edgy. But I just remember how easy it was to fall into that. And eventually I got out of it. I actually don't remember what got me out of it. But I just remember being that age and wanting to explore things and stuff like that. Without the historical understanding of why it was so bad. And that's kind of the scary thing to me, because you can fall down into that. I forget who there was. There's a guy that actually talks like he went deeper than I did. I don't remember what got him out. I was mostly at the fringes of stuff. And he talks about how it was like a sales funnel. Flat Earth is fundamentally... No, not Pig Puncher. Flat Earth is fundamentally about wanting to belong somewhere. Like, fundamentally, like, a lot of the people that really believe in flat Earth are people that legitimately feel like they're left behind in society. And flat Earth becomes their special club that they all belong to. And like, I watched the whole flat Earth documentary on Netflix back in, I want to say, like 2019. Maybe it was earlier than that. It might have been like 2018, 2017. And so there was the guy who was called the mayor of Flat Earth or whatever it was. And he goes, you really think NASA is going to give all that up? All the lies and everything they've done? Because look at all the lying and etc. that they've done to say that the Earth is round. And the interviewer goes to him and he goes, couldn't we say the same thing about you? Because you have this whole flat Earth movement that you've become the mayor of. And now that you're like, how could you walk away from this? And of course, he didn't have an answer for that, right? Because it's like two sides of the coin, right? And it's like, and it was funny because just recently, a bunch of the diehard flat earthers went down to Antarctica, and they're mystified because of the 24-hour sun, which they thought would be impossible. And that was pretty funny to see. It's funny, but it's also sad, right? It's funny because it's not somebody I know personally. Because unfortunately, I do know people that have lost family members to conspiracy theories. Like, legitimately lost their dad, their brother, because they just go down these conspiracy theory rabbit holes, and they're just not the same. And you know, you can't reason somebody out of something they didn't reason themselves into, right? So it's not like you can it's not like you can logic that person back. And you know, some of them you can just watch all you can do is watch what is effectively self-destructive behavior. Because again, the biggest problem is why these people think they're seeking out the truth. The reality is they're just getting farmed by somebody, you know? They're getting farmed for views, or money, you know, by the leaders of whatever it is. It could be flat Earth, it could be the nitrogen in the air, the anti-nitrogen in the air people, the birds aren't real people, which I know started as a joke, but you know, it's one of those things. At some point, something that's a joke is no longer a joke anymore because people like lose the ability to discern reality. And I'm not saying that birds aren't real really got to that point, but it's just another example because it could get to that point. And Tom Scott had a really good one on how there's effectively no algorithm for truth. Because basically, either you suppress all dissent and you become an echo chamber, or you let anybody say anything, and then what effectively happens is the worst people who've never had another place to speak come in, and they effectively start driving the conversation. And basically what happens is they force the more moderate viewpoints out. It's like why I don't really use Twitter anymore. Because I don't agree with so much that's there. And so it's like, why would I go to a website that's full of garbage? I'll go to a different website. I really need to set up my blue sky, to be honest with you. I probably should do that. Yeah, basically, and basically, like any kind of website can self-radicalize itself too, because you let these certain viewpoints that like people don't tolerate. There's none of this. They always feel like free speech is going to get more speech, and that like, well, you can combat speech with free speech, but you can combat speech with more speech. And that doesn't really work, right? Because like I don't want to go online and argue with flat earth people all day long about how the earth really isn't flat. Like that's just not how I want to spend my time. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to be able to go there and like drown out that. Goodbye, New. Sorry if this got a little heavy. Happy farming, New. There's just, you know, that's just not how I want to spend my time. I remember reading about somebody on Reddit who they were disappointed. I'm going to be trying and be kind of vague there, that a certain group didn't come and speak up against another group. And I was trying to explain to them that, like, yeah, number one, if you think that really works, if you really believe that works, there's nothing stopping you from making a Reddit account and pretending to be somebody from that group of people, right? Nobody knows who you are on the internet if you do the anonymous thing correctly, you know what I mean? And then you can do that. And I told them, what's going to happen is this. You're going to pretend to be a member of that group, and the people who disagree with what you're saying are simply going to say that you're a sellout, or you're this, or you're that. The best example I have is, I don't know if you guys remember Queen, what's her name? Hey, Fat Beast, how you doing? Let me find out who it is, because this was great. Queen Pwns a lot. No, I'm talking about Queen Pwns a lot. So Queen Pwns a lot was the one who faked her blindfolded run of some Monster Hunter boss. Like, I don't really care that she faked the blindfolded run, but it's a great example of this dynamic, right? So you had effectively two groups of people, right? One group of guys that thought she was cheating, and another group of guys. I did not get the tier 15 relic yet. We started from tier 18. We're working backwards. And there was another group of guys that thought, there was one group that thought she cheated and another group that thought she didn't cheat, right? So the group that thought she cheated, they were called incels. They hated women. They this, they that, right? That's what the other group called them. And then the guys, the group that thought she was cheating called the other guys white knights and simps and all that. So here's two, and it's the perfect example of this, right? Because they're both guys, primarily male dominated groups, right? And neither would convince the other, because if you thought she was cheating and you're arguing, and again, not everybody did this, but I'm speaking very generally, and you encountered somebody who thought she wasn't cheating, they just become a simp or a white knight or et cetera, et cetera. And if you thought she legitimately did it, all the people criticizing her are just incels and misogynists, etc. Right? So even though it's two sides of essentially the same group of people, like, you know, gamers in general, nobody was convincing anybody, because everybody has a box they can put the other person in. And I don't understand how people don't see that online. That's why when you have any kind of divisive topic, everybody talks past each other because they can just say, oh, well, you're just a so-and-so, you're a this, you're a that. It's why it's like a great example too is the NPC thing. Oh, they're just NPCs. They don't believe in us. And it's the same concept, you know? And that's what's so wild. That was a little heavy. But Queen Pwn's a lot to me was just like the perfect example of this though. Where like that doesn't work. Like that just doesn't work. And the reality is, who is really responsible? My overarching point was, who is really responsible, right? If all this is happening on YouTube, who is really responsible? YouTube. If this is all happening on Reddit, who is really responsible? Reddit. Because the platform has the power that the users don't have to moderate this behavior. It's never going to be, you're never going to have it work another way. And that was my soapbox that I didn't mean to get on. But that's reality, right? Like Reddit has I would say Reddit has more tools, but again, I could make the pro scub subreddit, and Omega, you could make the anti scub Reddit, and we could go at it against each other forever. You know? And the thing is, Reddit is not incentivized to care about it, because Reddit profits off us just fighting with each other. And that's the dynamic. I guess pro scub and anti scub's basically the greatest example of how to do this, because it's a imaginary thing that two people take sides on something that doesn't matter and will never agree with the other side. And then all these platforms are more than happy to profit off the argument. And they have the real power in driving behavior. Yeah, we're gonna have the BHG versus the G-Comp wars in the tower. Oh. Yeah, Scub is like the perfect thing. The perfect example. I'm not ready for BHD yet. That's the whole thing. I need my G-Comp. I talked to Christian about it, and he's like, you gotta have a lot more for you to be ready for BHD farming. That's where this originated at. And the thing is, they refused to listen to me. It was a very frustrating experience, because I was legitimately trying to help them and explain to them, like, Reddit is the ultimate one you have to hold accountable. Like, wishing for the users to fight amongst each other, it's not changing anybody's mind. And they didn't believe me. They ended up blocking me, actually, is what happened, which is, good for them, I guess. Oh, congrats, Omega. I was actually disappointed, because I really empathized with what they were going through, but I also knew that the solution they wanted wasn't going to give them the result they wanted, Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, I was more like point the finger at who's really driving this, you know? And that's why I don't expect people to like go online and argue with other people. I think that's the most nonsensical viewpoint you could ever have, in my opinion. Expecting people to argue with each other over and over again endlessly. But, you know, some people just want to fight over scub. But to be fair, the issue, the underlying issue, was a serious issue on Reddit. It's a serious issue, and it's an issue I don't have it's an issue I don't have a solution for. Because it's profitable for the platforms to let the arguments happen. So how do you stop that? You know, how do you make it? You have to make it not profitable, right? How do you do that? I don't know. But see, once you get to a forum and moderators and stuff like that, now that is the platform stepping in effectively. That's what I mean. Like it has to be on the platform, right? Because back in the day, and I think it was kind of better back in the day because forums were generally smaller, you know? It wasn't like there were a million little forums and all of them had their different etiquette rules, and you had to learn the rules when you joined, right? You had to learn how it worked on that particular one, right? And now we all go to Reddit, we all go to YouTube, we all go to these mega platforms. And this started, I would say, in the 2010s. And so now you have like people who play football and they just shout. And again, I'm just ripping this directly from There's No Algorithm for Truth at this point. Because basically he was talking about there's people on Twitter that just yell at each other in all caps, and that's just how they communicate, right? And then there's other groups of people who just use Twitter an entirely different way, like they're very formal and stuff like that. But they're all mixed into the same sea. You know what I mean? Whereas before it'd be more separated, right? Like you'd have your sports people would be in their sports forums specifically for sports, and maybe, and you know, then if you were into like cars, you'd have your specific car things. And now it's just like, well, now you go to cars on Reddit and this, and there's a lot more intermixing. And that's a big way the internet changed. And then there's also the whole dead internet theory. Yeah, well, the real reason federated stuff failed too is because it's hard to set up a server. It's really easy for me to go to Reddit and make a subreddit, right? For me to set up a forum, moderate a forum, do all that stuff, that's a lot of work. So you either have to be willing to put in all the work to like host your own stuff, moderate, and then this is why I was so hesitant to even open a Discord, because I know how and I'm not saying you guys have been bad at all in the Discord. It's just that I understand how much moderation pressure a Discord could be, you know? And I was just really concerned about that. Like, I didn't want to open up a can of worms I wasn't ready for. And so far, it's been great. And so far, I think we have everything handled in a great and practical manner. I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for all the help I've had with that. But it was one of my concerns with setting up something as minimal as a Discord. Moderation is just such a pain. And I will say, I don't think Discord provides enough tools to the users for things like that. Yeah. It's just too much. I think I'm gonna go. I do have some things I have to do. Well, I'm not going. I'm glad I got something to eat, because there's no way I'm going to the store now. The store's closed. Yeah, and it's just, that's one of the things that's hard to have stuff like that. It's very hard to preserve something like that where you get to see everybody's perspective, because invariably, not to just mention enshittification in general, right? Invariably, it just gets destroyed. That's fine. It wasn't, it wasn't that late anyways. But I'm going to call it here. It was a great conversation, guys. And so, good night, everybody. And once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again. And I hope you have a great day. And happy farming, everybody. Everybody have a great night. And we'll have a actual tournament on Saturday. Goodbye.